Greetings, I am Nadine Tucker, a graduating senior from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and today my TED Talk is going to be about the evolution of smart cards and how they impact customer fraud. So my first slide is on technology. As of today, we have access to inventions that some of us could have never even dreamed of. Our world has become a constant wheel of innovative technology improvements and ideas which have made our lives much more virtual than ever before. We have access to the world at our fingertips, which has made communication faster, less need for movement, and an unlimited amount of knowledge. Technology's whole purpose is to make our lives more convenient. 15 years ago, we couldn't pay our bills online, order delivery services, and we weren't able to get anything we needed from online stores. Today, we are able to see everyone's life through social media. We are so consumed in our phones that the average screen time worldwide is 11 hours per day. When I look back 15 years ago, I remember playing snakes on my Nokia phone and waiting what seemed like 30 minutes for my dinosaur computer to start up. Technology corporations are to follow Moore's law, which has brought us to today, more connected to the world and linked in than ever before. So our next slide is on smart cards, and this is actually one of the smart cards that they plan on using. All right, so since the rise of technology has caused shopping to go to self-checkout services, to Apple Pay, to grocery store delivery services, and now the smart cart, which is an up-and-coming automated shopping cart. Smart carts are physical grocery carts that scan and weigh products as customers place them in the cart. So there's no need for the customer to do any scanning. All the customer will have to do is buy the item themselves and complete the payment with an intelligent system that is at the front of the cart. And it's also similar to monitors that are at the checkout station. A Canadian grocery store chain came up with the idea, realizing that the in-store grocery store experience has been the same for the last 100 years. So this new idea will decrease the need for sales associates at the register, and customers will no longer need to wait in long lines, especially since the checkout line and the bagging process by an employee is the greatest point of customer friction. This technology is aimed at enhancing the customer experience, and it's great for shoppers who are on a rush or have to get one or two items and dread waiting in a line. The smart cart can also create a shopping list and navigate the customer through the store to save time. It can even make suggestions for recipes. So on top of not needing as much employees for the register, the floor will also have assistance for shoppers. I have been in a situation several times when I needed assistance about where an item was or needed a question answered, but there was no sales associates in sight. Although with every new invention that a business takes under, there are advantages, but there are also disadvantages or risks that needs to be examined. So some of the risks that can come with a smart cart are on malfunctions or card-only restrictions, the difficulty to use for some consumers, and there are also the possibility for consumer fraud. So what exactly is fraud? Fraud is wrongful or criminal deception intent to result in financial or personal gain. Fraud can cause your business to plummet just as much as weak internal or external resources. In order for a situation to be called fraud, there must be key elements present, such as intentional misrepresentation, material taken, loss for the victim, and believed by the victim to be true. So what is customer fraud? Customer fraud is when a customer deceives a business or takes something that belongs to the business so that the business has a loss. For example, Sally walks into a clothing store and picks up about 5 items through the store. She then goes into the fitting room to try on the clothing items and notices that there are nobody there to check the amount of clothes that she has. She then stuffs two other items into her bag when she sees that the clothes also do not have any sensors on them. She walks out of the fitting room and leaves the store. So what you want to know now is why Sally exactly stole the items. Fraud always occurs for a reason, and there are 3 factors that contribute to it: pressure, opportunity, and rationalization. Sally's pressures could have been greed or living beyond her means. The opportunity is that there was no employees at the fitting room to check if anyone was stealing, and there was no sensors on the clothing items. Her rationalization could be that that it is the store's fault for not being more careful, and they had it coming. She could also think that the store was overpriced. So now I want to look at smart cards and customer fraud. So as we know, any grocery store is subject to customer theft regardless, but if they have a smart card, it could influence some customers to actually think about the possibilities of theft. For example, the first time grocery stores introduced self-checkout, customers thought of a million ways that they can steal. Customers may consider stealing with a smart card because of financial pressures or greed. Their opportunities may be because they have the opportunity to complete the purchase without any supervision, and there isn't anyone to check your items or the items that you purchased. There are many ways that customers can work the system and tend to get very creative when it involves theft. The rationalizations may be that it is way too easy to steal, so the company may have saw it coming. Or it is not so bad because they think everyone is doing it. Or they could have brought a couple items and stole maybe one or two, so technically in their mind they are still giving the company some money. They could also think they are doing the right thing because they need to feed their family. It is very important to evaluate all the possibilities of fraud that can occur in your business because it can save you a lot of money. Once you can determine all the possibilities of fraud to occur, you can then point out your internal weaknesses and strengthen them. So then that the chance of fraud will be slim to none. The last step is to evaluate the changes to see if they have any impact and to make adjustments for improvement. As a business owner, you have control over a lot of things, but there are some things that you do not have control over. So it's very important to take advantage of the things that you can't control. No matter how strong your internal controls are, customer theft can still happen. You cannot control your customer finances or their lifestyle, but you can control how they feel when they walk into your store. Giving your customers a great environment to shop in is very important. This includes having employees who are great customer service skills and being helpful and considerate. Your employees are the face of your business, and if they do not show that they care about the customers, your customers will not care about your business. Some customers may have a conscience before they think about stealing from you. If they feel that customer service is actually exceeding their expectations, they might feel bad. So I do have some suggestions for the grocery stores that actually want to have Smart Cart. So what I think about Smart Cart is that I think that Smart Cart is a fantastic idea. It is innovative, convenient, and it's the perfect step for where our future is going. However, I do feel that grocery stores need to make careful steps when bringing this product on board. Since we know that the fraud possibilities increase with a smart card, it is very important that we have the right controls in place. My suggestion is that customers have to complete each transaction in one part of the store. This way, it will be impossible for customers to secretly include other items in their cart once their payment is made. Also, if every payment is completed in one section, and as someone close to the exit, a sales associate can quickly count the items in the cart while the customer is completing their payment, just like the fitting room example I gave earlier. This control would definitely put a halt to any customer fraud because it limits the freedom, even though there is still freedom in place, because you do not need a sales associate to process your payment and you do not need to stand in line. This control will only default if the employee on duty does not do their job correctly, like half counting, letting customers go by, or not paying attention. More than one employee can be in the area depending on the flow. As I stated already, one of the benefits of having the smart card is that there won't be a high demand for cashiers. So there will be more associates available to assist customers on the floor. This will be the perfect opportunity for grocery stores to enhance their customer service since they won't have to worry about getting the lines down. Like I said before, great customer service will give a better shopping experience for customers, and they will less likely want to steal from you. They will also provide more eyes for suspicious behavior and will limit the possibilities the customer is trying anything if they see that employees are paying attention. So this concludes my presentation, and thank you for watching.